When you're staring at a blank wall of invoices, shipping labels, or work orders and wondering whether a new industrial printer will actually solve more problems than it creates, that hesitation is completely understandable. The market is crowded with high-end models that promise speed, durability, and endless connectivity, but the real question is whether any of those promises translate into day-to-day value for your operation. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In this review I'm going to walk through what the Datamax ONeil M-Class Mark II M4210 actually brings to the table, where it shines, where it can trip you up, and who should seriously consider pulling the trigger versus who would be better off looking elsewhere. First, let's frame the category. Industrial printers sit at the intersection of rugged hardware and high-volume demand. They're the workhorses that keep warehouses moving, keep production lines labeled, and keep retail back-of-house tasks humming. Because they're expected to run for dozens of hours a day, reliability and support are often more important than headline speed numbers. At the same time, you're balancing the initial capital outlay, ongoing consumable costs, and the learning curve for your staff. That balance is where many buyers end up buying the wrong thing, spending a lot on a model that's over-engineered for their volume, or picking a cheaper unit that breaks down just when a rush order hits. The Datamax ONeil M-Class Mark II is positioned squarely as a mid-tier industrial solution. It's brand new, covered by the full manufacturer's warranty, and sold through an authorized reseller, which means you'll have direct access to genuine parts and technical support. Those are not trivial points. I've seen smaller shops spend weeks waiting on third-party parts for non-authorized printers, only to discover the replacements never quite match the original specs. With this model you're insulated from that headache, and the reseller also offers volume discounts if you're ordering a fleet, something to keep in mind if you're equipping an entire warehouse. Now, let's talk about the practical strengths you'll notice once the box is opened. The first thing most users comment on is the straightforward setup. The printer arrives pre-aligned, and the initial configuration wizard walks you through connecting to Ethernet, USB, or even a serial interface if your legacy equipment still uses it. In a real-world scenario, a shift supervisor can get the device up and running in under 30 minutes without needing an IT specialist. That quick deployment reduces downtime, a key metric when you're printing hundreds of labels per hour. Another strength is the durability of the print head and the media path. The M4210 uses a sealed print head assembly that resists dust and debris, which is a real advantage on a shop floor where airborne particles are the norm. I've seen comparable printers develop streaks or require head cleaning after just a few weeks in a similar environment. The sealed design here means the maintenance schedule stays close to the manufacturer's recommendation, a simple wipe down every few months and a head cleaning cycle when you hit a preset print count. That translates into less scheduled maintenance and more consistent uptime. The printer also offers flexible media handling. It can accept continuous roll stock, fanfold labels, and even thick tag stock up to 0.25 millimeters. In practice, that means you can consolidate 2 or 3 different label printers into one unit, saving floor space and simplifying inventory. For a distribution center that prints both barcode labels and safety tags, swapping media on the fly is a daily reality. The M4210's easy-release media guides make those swaps quick and error-free, which reduces the chance of jams, a common source of frustration in high-volume settings. On the software side, Datamax ONeil supplies the ONeil Easy Config tool, which integrates with most major ERP and WMS platforms. The tool isn't a cloud-based suite, but for businesses that run on-premise systems it provides the necessary drivers and a straightforward template editor. In a test run with a small manufacturing line, the template editor let us embed variable data like serial numbers and batch codes directly from the production software without writing custom code. That kind of out-of-the-box flexibility can save a lot of engineering time. No product is without its trade-offs, and the M4210 does have a few practical weaknesses you should weigh. The first is cost. Because it's an authorized, full warranty unit with a robust feature set, the price tag sits higher than many budget industrial printers. If your daily print volume is under a few hundred labels, the return on that investment may take longer to materialize. The second concern is the consumable ecosystem. While the printer itself is built for durability, the ribbon and label supplies are proprietary. That means you'll be buying OEM consumables, which are typically pricier than third-party alternatives. In a scenario where you're printing large batches of low-cost shipping labels, that ongoing expense can add up quickly. A third point, more about workflow than hardware, is the learning curve for advanced label features. The Easy Config tool is powerful, but it isn't as intuitive as some cloud-based design platforms you might have used for desktop label printers. Your staff will